بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم ګران کتونکو السلام علیکم د ننني پروګرام کې زه تاسو ته هرکلی وایم ګران کتونکو هسې خو په پاکستان کې زموږ خپلې مسلې دومره زیاتې دي په هر طرف نه، که د سکیورټي مسله وی، که د سیاسي وی، که د ادارو ترمنځ دغه وی، که نور د صوبو ترمنځ حالات یا د غربت خبره، د جهالت خبره په خپل ځای باندې. خو دې هفته کې چې کوم اهم ډیولپمنټ شوی دی هغه د امریکې د صدر ښاغلی ډونالډ ټرمپ له اړخه دا بیان او بالکل ببانګې دهل بیان چې اسرائیل چې دی د هغوی دارالحکومت هغه بیت المقدس چې زموږ د ټولو مسلمانانو دپاره موږ ورته قبل اول وایو، زموږ دپاره ډېره مقدسه او تقریبا فلسطینیانو سره د نړۍ څونه مسلمانان چې کوم دي د تیرو تقریبا شپېتو کالو راسي، یعنې د 1948 نه آنورډ چې کله نه دا مسله راغلې ده د ټولو مسلمانانو زړونه د دې سره دردېږي او دا یو دومره حساسه مسله وه چې تقریبا زیاتره ملکونو چې کوم دی پای کې پاکستان هم شامل دی چې اوسه پورې موږ د اسرائیل د هغوی وجود چې کوم دی یعنې د جیوش سټیټ یهودي ریاست چې کوم دی د دې هغه وجود منلو نه موږ انکار یو، تر اوسه پورې هغه نه منو. د دې وجه دا ده چې د فلسطین خلک چې دی د فلسطین کوم مسلمانان دي د هغوی دپاره د پاکستان د ولس، د پاکستان د حکومت د ټولو د زړه د خلاصه هغه همره درد دی او هغه همره محسوسوي څومره چې دا یو عام فلسطیني چې کوم دی دا خبره محسوسوي. خو موږ ننني پروګرام کې زموږ ننني پروګرام کې هم دا موضوع ده چې ولې د امریکې صدر ډونالډ ټرمپ ولې په دې موقع باندې دا دومره غټه خبره وکړه، بیا د مسلمانانو رول څه دی، کردار څه دی، بیا هغه 45 ملکونه چې هغوی راغونډ شوي دي د جنرال راحیل صاحب په مشرۍ کې د هغوی فوجونه چې کوم دي د هغې نه یو فوج جوړ شوی دی چې هغې څه دغه دی په فلسطین باندې د اقوام متحده تقریبا څه اوسه پورې 15 پورې شپږو پورې قراردادونه پاس شوي دي او په هغې کې د فلسطیني عوام د هغوی حقوق یې تسلیم کړي دي. خو د هغې باوجود جس کی لاټي اس کی بینس، چا سره طاقت دی د چا په شا امریکا ده هم هغه کېږي. موږ صرف دعاګانو ته ناسو او زموږ حال دا دی چې نن سبا مسلمانه نړۍ چې څومره ده په خپلو کې په جګړه دی، که هغه عراق دی، که هغه لیبیا ده، که هغه سیریا ده، که هغه چې کوم دی اوس موږ ګورو یمن هم دړې وړې شو، اوس چې ګورو د سعودي عرب کوم حال روان دی. داسې کم ملک هم چې لږ غونته کې سر راوچتي هلته کې نو آیا په مسلمانانو کې څه مسله ده که نه په دې مذهب اسلام کې څه مسله ده یا خپله باندې چې کوم دی مونږ هغه د بې اتفاقۍ ښکار وي. په دې باندې به خبر کړو ګرانو کتونکو. ړمبې زه دا ووایم چې نن کوم زموږ سره میلمه په دې پروګرام کې شرکت کوي نو د هغوی دا ووایم چې په خپله باندې هغه د جارډن یعنې د اردن سره تعلق لري، خو دی فلسطیني اوریجن د دې خپل د دې ځمکې سره دغې خاورې سره تعلق لري. زه تاسو سره تعارف کوم احمد برکات صاحب زموږ سره دا وخت موجود دی. برکات صاحب تھینک یو ویری مچ پروګرام کې شرکت کولو. احمد برکات صاحب د الجزیره ټلویزیون چې کوم دی پاکستان کې ډېر بلکې ټوله دنیا کې ډېر پاپولر ټلویزیون انټرنیشنل چینل د هغې چې کوم عربک او اصلي هم عربک الجزیره دی د هغې په پاکستان په دې سیمه کې بیرو چیف دی. Barakat sir, thank you very much once again. We will do the program in English definitely. I'm sorry not to be well versed in Arabic and for you to
this is bad of my luck that I don't know Pashto and Urdu.
But we should have at least we should have must have some proficiency in Arabic, being though we read and though we memorize it, especially the Holy Quran, but can't this is very unfortunate, can't understand it properly. I think it's for the whole Muslims. This is a dilemma. Barakat, let's come to the issue of Al-Quds, Jerusalem, Beit al-Muqaddas. What is this issue? At least I think most unfortunately we Pakistani are too much emotional vis-a-vis Palestine, vis-a-vis Al-Quds, Beit al-Muqaddas. We call it our Qibla Awwal, the first Qibla of the Muslim Islam. But unfortunately most of us don't understand the origin of this issue. What is this Beit al-Muqaddas? Why this Jerusalem is so important for us? Is it only for the reason that it was Qibla Awwal and it was taken over by the Jews and the Christians from us?
Yani, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, let me just start with something that you will speak Arabic one day and you will visit Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Inshallah.
Definitely you will visit, because for two reasons: that in the language of Jannah and Jahannam, according to the Quran, it will be Arabic.
It will be Arabic.
So everyone.
Though we call it at some place there will be Pashto.
So when everyone will speak Arabic there, and they call Palestine or Al-Aqsa particularly that Ard al-Mahshari wal-Manshar, that where all the people will gather in Day of Judgment there, and from there they will be distributed to Jannah or to Jahannam. So definitely everyone will visit that area. Regarding your question and the Bayt al-Muqaddas or Al-Quds, what we call it Al-Quds. Al-Quds historically it is, a holy place. And Al-Aqsa Mosque, according to our belief, or Muslims believe, according to our Sunnah, that it was established, the second mosque established after the Haram al-Sharif in Mecca. بينهما 70 عاما, 70 years between both.
Between Mecca?
Between the Haram al-Sharif and Al-Aqsa. So it was established by Ibrahim, then after that, renewed many times and demolished many times and renewed many times. So for us, Al-Quds, actually you asked a very vast and wide question. If we talk about holiness of Al-Quds, historical background of Al-Quds, if we talk about the current situation of Al-Quds, it's very vast and very big question.
But Brother Barakat, let me introduce my other guest, Salim Siddiqui Sahab. He's a senior journalist. Thank you very much. Dera manana ji, Siddiqui Sahab. Siddiqui Sahab, nane program zabunga English ke di, because Ahmad Barakat Sahab, he's the bureau chief of Al Jazeera television in Pakistan. So he is with us. For that reason, we'll definitely go in English. Thank you very much. We were talking about, no doubt, you said this, the holiness of Al-Quds. Al-Quds doesn't mean a specific mosque. Al-Quds is a city. We call it Al-Quds, they call it Jerusalem. They call it Jerusalem. So it is holy for us, it is holy for Jews, it's holy for Christians.
This is what I want to say, that according in 1947 and 48, there was UN resolution that this Palestine will be divided into 3 parts. One part will go to Palestinians, one part will go to Jewish, second or third part, which was consisting 1% that time, which is called Al-Quds, will be open for all religions.
Like the Vatican? Almost like the Vatican.
But the Vatican is for Christians. But this Al-Quds will be open for Jewish, will be open for Muslims, will be open for Christians. And because there is a holy sites in all these, for these religions in that area. And nobody deny this. And let me just recall one thing. For example, for Christians, when Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu came to Al-Quds, he gave a paper to Christians that recommending in that not to intercept them, not to tease them.
To the Muslims, he gave that
to the Christians, to the Christians, that no Muslim should do any harm for these Christians who are living in this land. You should not touch their churches, you should not touch their property, and they should live in peace. And this particular paper still existing in many Christian
there is a question, brother, as you say, I'm coming to Salim, brother, but this is a very important thing. If Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu declared that Muslims shall not interfere in the holy churches or the synagogue of the Jews and the Christians, then this very mosque, we call it Al-Aqsa.
Yeah.
It belongs to the Jews?
No.
Historically?
No, historically, if we talk about history, it's very complicated issue, but it's very undisputed issue as well. In Palestine historically, it's part of, they call it Ard al-Kan'aniyin, for Kan'anis. Kan'anis who are, unreligious people, that time there was no
nihilist, you call it,
atheists, you can say, atheists that time. And after that, it was occupied for a limited time by Jewish, limited time. But its original people who are Palestinians.
No, the very mosque we call it, Baitul Muqaddas, where we pray the Friday prayers.
I'm coming to that.
That very mosque where Abrani is written.
I'm coming to that. That these Kan'anis, who are the original owners or citizens of Palestine, they were converted to Islam. They became Muslims. And this they converted to Islam by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before, even during Sulaiman, peace be upon him, Sulaiman, Dawood, and others, they are our prophets as well. So Sulaiman, peace be upon him, he established that, and Al-Aqsa, and Al-Aqsa, it was before that established already that time. And look at Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa in Arabic language means the far away, the far. The far away mosque. Far away in a sense that in Mecca and Medina, it was very far from Mecca and Medina, Al-Aqsa. Yeah. So in that case, when Sulaiman came, he renewed that mosque, Al-Aqsa Mosque, and it was a property of Muslims all throughout the history.
Okay, let's engage Salim Siddiqui Sahab. Salim Siddiqui Sahab, thank you very much. You are here in Pakistan, I think, after a long time, senior journalist working in the United States of America. And so definitely the questions, why the Americans choose the time to go for declaring such a controversial decision and very publicly. So would you like to comment on it? Why the US has done it? I think this is very important.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Since I was not that much, I was traveling since the controversial President Trump has signed this declaration or proclaim, whatever you call it. But actually not the American people, two different things. American people are very, very wide, and you might have seen in the past a huge demonstration in favor of Palestinians and Muslims in every state. Whenever the Palestinian genocide or Iraqi occupation or other things, American people are on the streets. While we Muslims and we Pakistani, South Asian, other peoples are sleeping at home, the American peoples were in favor of the Muslims, and Palestinians were on the street. And still you can, if you see those footages, American people and American administration, the policies are two different things. And especially
for me the concern is their policy. Definitely they have elected this president, so they have to own it.
Yeah, it's still the president, but now they are paying the price. The president itself is a controversial. You might have seen he's opened different declaration to the North Korea, to Palestinians, to Jews, to everywhere. And now
even to Pakistan.
Pakistan and everywhere. And even if you seen the State Department, many officials, and last week when I was there, the White House has confirmed that the Secretary of State Tillerson is stepping down. They confirmed. And immediately right after, when Donald Trump has interfered, they took back their statement. So you see the State Department is not happy with the Trump policies and the Tillerson policies. But there are a strong lobby in the United States. Ahmad was calling about the Jewish. We should call them Israelis, because the Jewish is not in this confrontation, but the Israeli occupant and whoever the strong lobby, they're holding the Israelis.
So this is very important. We should not blame the Jews, not the Jews lobby, but the Israeli lobby. It means that as we were talking about when we were not coming to the program, that to be Jews is something else. Yahudi, to be Israel is something.
If you allow, I clarify this point, that there is a difference between Jewish and Israelis. Israel, by the way, the name of Yaqub alayhi salam, prophet. He was a prophet.
In the present time, the present since Israel is occupant.
Israelis, now it's a nationality. Israel is a nationality. Could be Christian Israeli, could be Muslim Israeli, could be Jewish Israeli. But Jewish
but
means
in general terms, Israelis, Jewish are Israelis.
For example, now you can say up to 20% of Israeli society, they are of Palestinian origin. They are Muslims.
Israel, there are Muslims in Israel.
They have Israeli passports. They have Israeli passports. They are Muslims.
But in general terms,
but they are not Jewish.
The Jewish we call Israelis. Since Israel is occupant, son of Israel, you know, Yaqub. So the Jewish itself in United States, they are not confronted. They are in favor of the Muslims. They come out and help in terms of the Palestinian and other Muslims. And many occasions we have seen the Jewish people, not Israelis. The Jewish people come in favor of the Muslim and Palestinians.
This is very
This I want also to clarify. Sorry, this again, that religious Jewish, they have a strong belief that once there is Israeli state, this is the beginning of the end of Israel. This is why they are opposing.
That's right.
They are opposing.
Jews, the religious Jews, they are opposing Israel.
State. Israeli
The
state.
Israeli
because
state.
because they believe that this is the beginning of the end for
And
Jewish.
that's it, yeah.
When there is a state of Israel,
Yeah.
it means that the end
Of Israel.
start, the end
Yeah.
of Jews start.
Yeah. So this we find them now. They are opposing Israel as a state. They are supporting Palestinians because they lived with Palestinians as Palestinian citizens before the Israel existence. Yeah. And one thing I want to clarify one thing. Now the people making an issue of this shift.
The Syrian Sham conflict of Sham.
Yeah.
That's also their concept. The end of time.
Yeah. Yani for example, now let me say one thing. As Muslim Ummah, I'm not talking about regimes. They did not recognize Israel as a state.
The Ummah.
The
yes.
Ummah.
Yeah,
The
that's
Ummah.
right.
So the capital or question of capital is not existing. Because before
You don't, when you say I don't recognize Pakistan, so what does Islamabad, Lahore, Karachi mean?
doesn't
You
mean,
don't- yeah.
for example, for Pakistan doesn't recognize Israel.
Yeah.
So Tel Aviv for them it's not a capital. For example, I'm not a spokesman of the government. I'm speaking about the people. Whether it's Israel select Tel Aviv or select Quds or select it's their own. It's their problem, not our problem. Because already for us they have.
Okay,
firm
brother, we will
belief that
continue. We will continue the time which Donald Trump administration selected, chosen for announcing this decision. This is going for a short break. Ground Kotun کومه کسر اوسه کوئی انټرېسټینګ خبره ده چې يهوديان چې په خپل دي کم چې مرګرو د خبرو نه ماته پته ولګی دا هغه د سره د اسرائیل دغه خلاف دي ځکه په يهودي مذهب کې دا خبره کیږي چې کم کله اسرائیلی سټیټ راغی نو هغه به د اند د دې چې کوم دی د ختم آغاز چې کوم دی دغه نه به شروع کیږي کله د اسرائیل سټیټ اسټابلیش شي موږ سره اوسه ور شانتي د مخلو د مینه پس بیا Brother Barakat, we were talking about the time chosen by Donald Trump. I'm not agree with Salim Siddiqui Saab that it is not the American people's or largely the American administration is against his decision. This is his personal type of, which he say, I'm following my instinct. It's not like it. Being an American president is something definitely else. What is in your opinion, why he has chosen this time? Either he has already rammed the Muslims?
Well, I think, anyone, when he selects or chooses a time, he has to, first of all, just to, to have the pulse of the people.
The pulse of the people, yeah.
The pulse which he got that, our reaction will be zero or almost zero. It will be not so strong.
I mean Muslims.
I mean, say that all Muslim, whether we are speaking about, official or non-official. The reaction will be very, maybe through protests here and there and the condemnation, and that's it. Yeah. Second thing, don't forget for last 1 year, there are many so-called intellectuals and educated people, they're writing in favor of Israel and against Palestine, and with Israel they are our friends and not enemies.
At the same time, not even Ummah Muslim, but the Pope John Paul and French government, British government, and many other non-Muslim governments has condemned this action.
Yeah. So I may say that about the timing. So first of all, reaction will be very weak. Second, if after the so-called Arab Spring or Arab uprisings, every country was looking in its own affairs, and the central issue of Palestine, which was considered the issue of the Ummah, issue of the nations. Yeah, it became sidelined. It's because Libyans, they were busy in Libyan affairs. Yemenis, they were busy.
Iraqis are there.
Syrian
countries are
so
there.
All these countries, the people, they were busy in their own affairs and how to rearrange their.
Saudis especially, Saudis are in turmoil.
They are also in turmoil, disturbed.
For example, in Saudi Arabia, after guessing the reaction, they came to conclusion that there is no, it will not be, so reaction from the Saudi Arabia or Arab countries generally. This, of course, if we don't take or don't believe in the what they call conspiracy theory, Some people believe even that he consulted with some Arabs and Muslim leaders.
Especially the Arab summit.
Yeah, he consulted with them before that, and he got assurance that they will not allow the people to move.
There will be mild public condemnation. We will issue statement that we do that.
And then people will calm
don't
down
worry,
finally,
go ahead, and we are protectors. This is what some people say, maybe right, maybe wrong, and even some people go a further, more step, saying that during Riyadh summit that Trump collected all the Muslim leaders, 52 Muslim leaders, that he asked them that, or he just told them that I'm going to do this and this, shift the embassy and announce this Al-Quds, capital of Israel, and only few countries they were, opposing. Qatar, Turkey, and some other few countries they are opposing, and now they are facing the music. This is what some people say. I was not present at that time to say yes or no. 100%.
But following that summit, which Brother Barakat is referring to, Siddiqui Sahab, is the where our Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif also participated for some time, and a lot of reaction back home because he was not given that protocol, etc. And the people were very much concerned about that he was not treated properly. But the question is, soon after that summit, you saw the Saudis started engaging the Israel. There was reports about the visits of high official, even the foreign ministers level, despite the fact that Saudis like Pakistan are not recognizing officially the state of Israel. So was it that is a type of a PR visit by Donald Trump to get assurance from the Muslim leaders, as Barakat is talking about?
But don't forget the Prince Mohammed personal relationship with the Trump family and the Trump son-in-law. So you can't expect any strong condemnation and any strong reaction from the Saudis.
Can't expect.
I don't. I personally feel that in these circumstances, while they are promoting relations with Israel and Trump family, and especially these changes you might have seen in recent days, so I don't expect any strong recognition, any strong condemnation or reaction from the Saudis. And I don't think they call the Islamic summit.
So it means that if Saudis are not leading, so the entire Muslim, because usually the Muslims were like Pakistan,
Saudis, yes.
Afghanistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, etc. These countries usually look at the way how the Saudis will react. So if they are not reacting, our will be also a field day. Enjoying the sunny.
They have to issue something, some statement like that. But in past week, when we should call the General Rahil doctrine, that Islamic military alliance, they found we did not see any recommendations from them. But let's see, when they say there's anti-terrorism activities, but let's see what their response, what their reaction in these circumstances, what they want, why the Trump has chosen this time, as you mentioned, and let's see if they want to curb terrorism, why they choose more Muslim pressing towards terrorism, or to act like intifada they started again, so ultimately there will be a reaction strong from the Muslim countries.
No, but what type of reaction? The reaction which we have seen.
I want to clarify one thing here, that now in Arabic, I don't know what in Urdu we have, that enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, it's this way.
Now we have, for example, going back to some country, I don't want to mention it, it has an enmity with this country, with Iran. So anyone who is enemy for Iran, he is my friend.
Yeah.
He is my friend. So I think from here, the coordination effort, they started coordinating their efforts with Israel, with this against Iran or against this. This is one.
This is the Saudis' policy. Like they are making those enemies friends who can help them against the Yemenis, against the Iraqis, against the Syrians, etc.
This what happened.
It's very unfortunate. Your own Muslim brothers, you are coordinating with others who are killing the Muslims already.
Well, this what they were thinking, that since one thing I want just to say that sometimes we are weak enough. We cannot take our right, but I will not sign a paper
And
that for you, that this house for you or this area for you.
And
Maybe my son will be strong.
Reports that
to take it back.
Abdullah Ali Saleh was going to sign a pact of peace, but he's been killed. So the
Well, Well, I think this is out of our subject, but
Yes.
just
Tell
as what I come to know, that the Houthis, who were an ally with Ali Abdullah Saleh, they come to know that he is in contact with Saudi Arabia. Although he's their ally, but he was having secret contacts with Saudis that to turn against them. So they have eaten him before.
So, but that's a different issue, because usually we Muslims have a lot of, like you say, the Yemenis, the Qataris are under the umbrella, the Syrians are suffering, I think, innumerable issues, etc. Unfortunately, we Pakistan, look at Afghanistan, just at our for the last 40 years. How do you judge the reaction of the reaction of the Muslim world so far? Like Pakistan, say we condemn it; it will never happen. As you say, even the Christian world also did.
Pakistan Foreign Office has just issued a statement. Jamaat Islami and others will go into the streets like from the very beginning, but we will.
This is the practice. Yeah, they will just come on the street and register the protest.
Occupied the Al-Aqsa 21st August is being celebrated ceremonially. Before there were long demonstration from right after 1969, but slowly they just issued the statements. It's same. They started the putting curbs on the embassies in Islamabad and Consulate, Karachi and Lahore. Some demonstration after Jummah prayer, there were slogans against Israel and against Murdabad, America, and this.
And then nothing will happen.
This is a Muslim reaction. So I don't see, because there's internal turmoil everywhere.
But if you follow the social media, there are yes, there are a lot of voices for this Baitul Muqaddas and this, but there are also certain dissidents who say that look. They call it an Arab issue. Some people are there who call it an Arab issue, not a Muslim issue. They say we have this Kashmir problem, we have this Afghanistan problem, and the Arabs never support us on this. So is this a division, Brother Barakat, that calling it is as you say, it was an issue for the Ummah, the entire Ummah were united, saying that we reject the Israeli occupation of these areas. Now gradually what these voices that no, look, we have our own problems, so you the Arab have your own problems. Yeah,
this is one of the main issues that now they created an issues for us, and every country has its own issue, but its own issue should not divert it from the central issue. For example, we have support to Kashmir.
Yeah,
no doubt it's a big issue. We have full support to Pakistan's security, no doubt. It's very important. But doesn't mean that this to forget about Palestine, which is, central issue for Pakistani brothers. And I remind you, by the way, Palestine, it was, historically very important for Pakistanis. Shaukat Ali, that time, and Muhammad Iqbal, they visited Al-Aqsa.
Yes.
And Qaid Azam, he met with Al-Husseini, Mufti Al-Husseini. Yeah, recently, this Ikram Sabri, Imam of Masjid Aqsa, he was a few years back, he was in Pakistan here. So the respect of Pakistan, and even I remember I studied in the 70s in Pakistan, 74, 75, 76, during Dhul Fiqar Ali Bhutto that time. They used to celebrate 1st January as National Day, as important day, which is the day of the revolution, Palestinian revolution, that time. So, so Pakistan, it has a lot of,
and Yasser Arafat was a very important character in Pakistan.
It played a vital role in 1974 Islamic Summit, Lahore.
So I wish that Pakistani brothers will not forget about, Palestine, because they have issue of others. Issue of others, I respect.
Pakistan has paid a lot of Pakistani people, Pakistani government has paid a lot of price.
Of course.
But they will still continue, I think, to pay.
Yes, they paid, but the deal.
This is much bigger a cause than, I'm not trivializing the Kashmiri, because Kashmiris definitely they are fighting for their freedom. But it is an issue which close to our faith almost, this Masjid al-Aqsa.
And other thing, brother, this is we call central issue. For example, let me say Al-Andalus, Spain. we lost it as Muslims.
Yes.
We lost it. But still we are existing as Muslims.
Yeah.
We are existing as Muslims, and alhamdulillah, our situation is not so
We'll continue,
satisfactory,
yeah.
but is there. If we lose X or Z issues, it was a big loss, no doubt, but it will not defeat us. It will not. But in Palestine, they created, a regime in the heart of Ummah, which is controlling all the Ummah.
There's a pre-plan, after the Bill 4.
Yeah. So this is why they call it Second Bill 4.
Second Bill 4.
Second
yes,
Bill
yes,
4.
yeah.
We call it Second Bill 4.
Let's talk about in the beginning. We said this is a holy place for the Christians, for the Jews, and for
All the three
Muslims.
religions.
Yeah.
For all the three revealed religions.
Yes.
Celestial religion, we call it the cousin religion,
Yeah.
because they are very close to
Yeah.
each other, almost the same faith, almost the same belief system, etc. What is the finality of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him? That is the crucial part of our religion, Islam. Salim Siddiqui Sahab, what is in your look? Palestinians are suffering for the last almost 60 years, more than
70 years.
70 years they are suffering. Yes, our role is to condemn them, and we don't accept Israel. There are other 42 Islamic countries, Muslim countries, not Muslim countries. They say we condemn Israel and we don't accept it, and the rest is it's the Palestinian to have suffered for the last 70 years. Their generations have been lost in this struggle against the Israeli occupation. Rest, what type of cooperation we are extending to the Palestinians against the Israel? Even the Arabs, even the Turks, they have accepted the state of Israel. Egyptians, they have accepted it. The rest, almost Saudis are in cooperation. So why let the Palestinians suffer for a cause? It's not only their national cause. It is a cause related to the faith of the belief system.
The belief
So
system.
why only the Palestinians suffer? There must be a solution to this issue.
But who will make the decision maker, the big power, the superpower? They want to this conflict alive. If this conflict was dead, how they could go to the Syria, Iraq, Libya, Tunis, Algeria, and all the Muslim countries. We have seen the Gaddafi is gone, Jafar Lameri is gone, the Jamal Abdel Nasser is gone. So everywhere. So after that, the terrorism unrise everywhere. ISIS, who created the ISIS? Nobody knows the ISIS. They dismantled the Iraqi armies. There rises the
President Karzai said that it is created by because he was very close to the Americans, so definitely he will know more than us.
This is open secret. It's open secret. Who brought the Tora Bora, ISIS? How they come Tora Bora? Even though one can see just.
But there must be. We have to search for it. There must be a solution. So, what is in your opinion? Can be a best possible solution, because don't let the Palestinian kids suffer more.
There's a self-determination, and when they took Shimon Peres and Menachem Begin, Arafat, they signed a agreement in
Oslo.
Yes, and then ultimately that Sadat was assassinated after after that. Yes,
Camp David.
Yeah.
Camp
David. Yeah, that was the best solution to self-determination. Was accepted, the Palestinian rule was accepted there, but now even the Security Council and the UN has accepted as a separate state Palestine, but their rights are not given to them.
Okay, Ahmad Barakat, we'll talk about for a short break.
Yeah.
We are taking a short break. The same questions will be to you. How can we find a solution? Is there a solution for it? If yes, why not throw it into the public? Ground ko tunku munga sarvo se short break da gena pasrazu program az munga jari. Grand Kutanko program ke yo bare biya har kale. Brother Barakat, we were talking about certain solution. Let's maybe out of the box solution. Is it possible? Because we have emotionalized these issues too much. It is very close to our faith and belief system. So that's the reason that it's too difficult to talk open. That okay, like the Babri Mosque issue. Still, we are after I think almost 40 years, we have still that issue. So there may be a solution, but somebody is not talking about it.
Yeah. First of all, let me tell you that this is the issue of not Palestinian issue. It's the issue of nation. Whether nation Pakistanis, whether Arabs, non-Arabs,
Ummah.
the Ummah. Okay. And the message came centuries ago when Salah ad-Din Ayyubi, Kurdish, he came and liberated it. And Umar came from Medina Munawwara and to liberate it. I think it's a strong message that those who liberated it, and the next, hopefully, he will come from Pakistan. Hopefully, inshallah. We pray, of course. Hopefully, without naming anyone, hopefully he will come from Pakistan or from another country. So the Palestinians now, they are paying the price in the name of the Ummah, on behalf of the Ummah. On behalf of the Ummah, because this is the issue of the Ummah. Not their
no doubt,
issue.
no doubt. Yes,
But according to our beliefs as well, that we have, this like circles. First circle should defend more. Second circle, little less. Third, less. So, okay. When it comes to Palestinians, they are on the front line.
They are on the front line, yes.
Second line should be Jordan, Egypt, and these countries surrounding Palestine.
Even the difference in Hamas and Mahmoud Abbas, that's still being to be resolved.
This is one point, Brother Salim. One point that this decision of Trump united Palestinians with different ideological differences. For example, Palestinian Authority, they were in favor with peace with Israel. And they have pacts with Israel. They have Oslo agreements with Israel. Hamas, they were opposing. Now, all Palestinians, whether they are Hamas, whether they are Fatah, whether Jihad Islami, whatever name you name it, they are united against one thing, that to condemn this decision and to work against Israel. Today, 100 Palestinians, they were being injured today. 100 Palestinians injured today. Yes. So it's a headline today. Yeah.
100 Palestinians.
100 Palestinians today, up to, I think 10 o'clock. Up to 10 o'clock, there was 100 Palestinians injured. And this could go more. And today, Friday, of course, 2 hours difference. So after 2-3 hours, Allah knows what will happen.
They're brave Palestinians. They are paying a lot of price.
Yeah.
Like sacrifices.
Solution, brother, you asked about solution. Solution, we tried all the solutions peacefully. Everyone is peace loving. Everyone loves life, loves his children.
Netanyahu government was in trouble.
Yeah.
So that is the time to rescue him.
Yeah.
To do something back where the media
I would say that everyone loves peace. We tried all peaceful means to convince Israel, to convince this, just to implement the UN Security Council resolutions, to respect, Oslo agreements, international laws, Arab summits, Muslim summits, resolutions, to respect, which they agreed on that. But practically, they said no. One thing: security of Israel, security of Israel, security of Israel. This is what they.
How can Israel
diplomatic pressure should be built?
How can Israel exist in an environment where from all four corners it is surrounded by the Muslims, and definitely in such an emotionalized environment? So the very existence of Israel will also be, I think, in jeopardy if an amicable solution, acceptable to all, is not found out. No?
Israel don't want to make a solution. He wants to be absolute. So if want a solution, he could go to occupy the Arab lands, Sinai, Jordan, Syria, Golan Heights. They don't want, because who bring them there after the right of the Balfour?
And they are making more and more area under their.
Yeah.
So what the Muslims are doing, Barakat, if they are occupying so
they're
land,
making palaces. Yesterday, a prince, I don't want to name it, but just the Wall Street, today the Wall Street report, $400 million, just the $400 million is small painting.
Small painting?
Yeah, painting.
Yeah.
And
yesterday
I was telling, can you believe it? You won't believe it. And I've been traveling like 45 years in the international traveling. And he was telling me, he was traveling from one country to Dubai. And the first time I heard that he was being charged for the glass of water 12 reals through the ATM, and the water and food was not provided to those passengers, and $400 million painting was bought.
So if this is the state of the Arab, which definitely we, the Asians, the non-Arabs are looking toward. You unfortunately call us Ajmis. Ajmis? Ajmi?
Yeah, Ajami. Yeah. Brother,
So,
simply I can say one word, which said by Hazrat Umar.
Yes.
نحن قوم أعزنا الله بالإسلام فإذا ابتغينا العزة بغيره أذلنا الله. This is the saying that we are nothing without Islam.
Nothing without Islam.
And if we leave Islam, we'll become nothing again. We came Izzat, we got Izzat because we are Muslims. And if we come non-Muslims again.
But it will be only, Brother Barakat, if you are we are united and we take care of each other. If your prince is going and buying a $4 million just a painting.
Painting, yes.
And the Palestinian kids are dying. The Yemeni kids are dying of hunger. The Syrian kids are dying of hunger. So what type of emotions you are expecting?
So what can expect you from them for who buying a $400 painting?
First of all, I believe there is no pool and just independent pool to say that who supports this or who is not supporting. And I believe there is big gap between regimes and people.
And the people, yes.
And the people.
Yeah.
The only people can make a difference.
Please, when you do any judgment, go to the people. For example, peace agreements with Israel. Regimes, they have done peace agreements. But in Egypt, for example, they signed peace agreement with Israel in 1977. Now the percentage of those Egyptians who have relation with Israel is still less than 8%. Less than 8%.
And I didn't see any strong condemnation from the Sisi government.
Yeah, because there is another political consideration.
Sisi is being installed by the foreigners.
This is
he's not because it was the
Morsi was removed and
this is a different consideration. I'm talking about
he's really real immediate neighbor.
I'm talking about the Egyptian people as regime. They are pro-Israel totally. People of Egypt, they are against totally. In Jordan, for example, we have pact with Israel, but look into the Jordanian people who are buying from Israeli products or who are visiting Israel or doing this. No one. I'm saying
and
no one.
And the second home of Palestinian Jordan. Jordan is second home of.
Look into other countries which they make relation with Israel. They did not get any benefit from that. So regime is different. Let them do whatever they want.
Let's take a step forward. Siddiqui, in the beginning we said that this is a holy land and this is holy for us all. All mean the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, etc. So why not declare it like a Vatican? I'm sorry, I'm not that much aware of the Vatican state of Vatican.
A neutral city.
Yeah, it's a neutral city. We use the word neutral city. Though the Muslim doesn't have any examples like Makkah, Baitul Haram, still is not. Then is not a neutral city for us. So how can we say that?
We were talking about Israel and Jewish, two different things. So that is claiming that is their land from the centuries. Back in centuries they're claiming, and that about that tree Yargat, that's now harvesting. That at the end of time, every Jew will be.
Al-Gharqad.
Yes.
Yes, Shawk al-Gharqad. Yes. This thorns.
Yes.
Yeah, thorns. Just, Brother Hassan, if you give me a chance to speak, if we speak about history, they will lose. They will lose.
No. If we speak about powers, like the Muslims were having powers, so they were ruling the whole world. Today the Muslims have nothing. So they should stay at home.
Divided Muslim, that they are all the resources. Muslim has the resources. Everything.
Historians.
But if you don't know, how to use, if you have this mobile phone, this device you have, but you don't know how to use it. So it makes no difference for you. If the Muslim have all the resources, but they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the science.
They want painting and palaces.
Muslims, they know their way very well, but they are weak very well as well.
So in such an environment where you are weak, others are very powerful, what we have to do is, what will be the last advice from your side to the Muslims?
In my opinion, that since Muslims, they tried all the peaceful ways, and failed, there is only other way, alternative, which this will also encourage those who are refusing peace with Israel. For example, Hamas doesn't recognize Israel. And they say that we don't trust Israel and no way to recognize Israel. Palestinian Authority, they recognize Israel, and they have pact with Israel. Now, the Palestinian Authority, they are in a problem.
But the Turkish and other governments has recognized Israel. They have diplomatic relations.
Okay,
with
but this sovereign
But
countries, I'm talking about this within Palestine
you,
itself.
you proposed, what solution you proposed? If somebody asks you that, Salim Siddiqui, come up with your own mind, and it's because this is the longest issue we have, especially the Muslim world, from the day first. This is, I think, much longer than the Kashmiri issues too, because Kashmiris were not yet born then.
Same year.
Yeah, almost the same year.
Same year.
So what?
The Palestinian right should be accepted. This is the only one thing that is Palestinian land. If the right is given to Israelis or Jews, why not Palestinians?
What is the option? What is the option? It's not accepting. What is an option? No.
Their state should be accepted and the equal rights to be given to Palestinians.
Look, Brother Barakat, I have my own option, let's say, to share that with you. Look, when you are weak, when you are ignorant, you can't stand up on your own feet. Look, it is better to stand up on your feet and die than bow down on your knees and be a slave.
Yeah.
It's much better than that. But in a position which currently the Muslims are currently today, they can't stand up on their feet. Either they have to die or accept. So where you want to put them, right? And you know, diverse interests. Pakistan has now its own interest. Afghanistan has now its own interest. Iraq, Iran, Palestine, Jordan, Syria, etc. So where you want them to be there?
Yeah.
Stand on their feet and die.
See, if I am
go
weak,
on their knees and
There was a time when
I am weak,
when we were
if
strong,
I am weak,
Bhutto Sahib
and I am.
sent his Air Force in the 1973 war. You might have recall that 33 war, yes. Bhutto Sahib sent the Air Force, Pakistan Air Force fighters.
send there.
You have Pakistani brothers. You have a long history in Palestine.
And 67 and 73 wars are different.
A long history in Palestine.
But Bhutto paid a price for it.
Yes,
brother.
yes. Bhutto and Pakistan both.
Without talking about certain leaders, Mr. X or Z in Pakistan. Pakistan as a nation, Pakistan as a people, they paid a heavy price.
Still
for Palestine,
still.
and they are ready, and still we are gambling that they will pay more.
Yes.
And they will do more. We are asking do more, but in our language. Not in other language.
You too. But the Palestinian people expect something from the Pakistanis.
Much.
Not
because we believe that Pakistan is a live nation.
Why not? Last comment. Just last comment. Why not go a step back, equip yourself with knowledge, with technology, etc. Unite yourself, get a power, and then come and take your
knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and the democracy. Elect the democratic people, elect the democratic leaders, and knowledge, as you said. Yes.
This is one way, one weapon. Yes, I agree with that. As we need weapon, but as Palestinian, literacy rate was 100% among Palestinians once.
But unfortunately, we have another.
But even though we lost much.
Brother, what is the role of? I'm saying there's something very controversial.
Let me say one thing.
Because our Maulvis are day in and day out telling to pray God to do it for us. Is it possible that only prayers can do it?
No, prayers. See, even God, Subhanahu wa Taala, He asked us to a'iddu lahum. First, I have to prepare myself. Then I will ask. If I come to you, knock your door for alms, and I'm weak, you will not give me. But if I say something, and I say I have a gift for you, Mr. and I think you will give me that.
In this sense, I should recommend people read Surah Anfal.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing which is very important in my opinion, that we are weak enough, but we should not sign for the thief who took the land. For example, if someone come and kick me out of my home now, I cannot force him to leave my home. But I will not sign
historical, Brother Barakat, the time is over, but this historical narrative that when Muslims become powerful, they occupied these territories from Jews.
No.
This is a historical narrative.
This is historically, no, this is totally historical,
liberated from Jews and Christians.
Propaganda. Jewish propaganda, historically undisputed, and let historians speak about this, that historically it is for the people of Palestine. Yes, they were not Muslims, but they were the owners of Palestine.
The owner of this,
Yahud, Jewish, they came to Palestine as occupants. They occupied it for some time, and they left. Christians, they occupied it for some time, and they left.
Thank you very much, Brother Barakat. The time is over with us. This was a nice discussion. Salim Siddiqui Sahab, thank you very much. ګرانو کتونکو اخره کې به زه خپله خبره وکړم هغه چې مېلمنو خو خپله خبره موږ خو زموږ چې کوم حالت دی په دې حالت کې ما په خیال الله تعالی هم زموږ سره هېڅ قسمه مدد نشي کولی کله چې ته په خپله صدیقي صاحب خبره چې ته لاړ شي یو ساده پینټینګ چې کوم دی هغه ته کوم دی په 400 میلیونه ډالره چې کوم دی هغه ته اخلي سکول دی نشته د مسلمانانو دا حالي د داسې قوم دپاره بهتري غلامي ده چې غلامې نو بس ټیک ته چې څه پیسې پړه راځي چې څه د سرې او مونږ لټرلی مسلمانان دې ټیم کې غلامان دي بده قسمته مونږ یې منو نه مونږ پاکستان هم نه منو مونږ عربیان هم نه منو یو قوم یې نه مني خو حقیقت دا دی چې مسلمان نړۍ دې ټیم کې غلامه نړۍ ده لمبې به دوی ځان د دې نه ازادۍ او ازادۍ دپاره تعلیم هغې دپاره تربیت د هغې دپاره ټیکنالوژي په دې وخت کې په هر مسلمان کور کې صرف دا کېږي چې الله ته به دعا کوو خو دا اسرائیل هم د الله تعالی خلق دی دا کرسچن هم د الله مخلوقات خو ټول د هغه دی هغه خو وایي چې څوک عمل کوي لیس للانسان الا ما سعی کم انسان چې د څه شي کوشش کوي هغه له زه ورکوم مونږ د دغه دعاګانو کوشش کوو د جنت به تمه یو کیدای شي مونږ ته جنت میلو شي هغه خلک په دې دنیا کې دی کوشش کوي او په دې دنیا کې هغوی پرمختګ هم کوي ترقي هم کوي هغوی له خدای په دې دنیا باندې طاقت ورکړی دی او زه او ته مسلمانان د هغوی په حقیقت کې غلامان یو پروګرام مخسر ته رسي اجازت غواړو د الله په امان